And today we saw the death toll climb for the first time since that night 3 years ago. The 59th and 60th deaths connected to the 1 October shootings have been announced, but never formally added to the initial 58. Well, 13 Chief Investigator Darcy Spears has been trying to figure out why for quite some time now. Tonight she shows us the decision did not come easily or quickly.
The two who recently passed away are very much the same as the other 58. They had a passion for country music, were enjoying the nighttime concert at Route 91, getting to see and hear their favorite stars perform. Now, their families have something in common too, grief over the loss of their loved ones. For months, Metro Police have stood firm, acknowledging the two recent deaths as being tied to the 1 October shootings, but declining to change the official toll from 58 to 60. We repeatedly asked why Las Vegas' Samantha Arjun and Kim Gervais of California were not being counted, but Metro offered no explanation. Just yesterday, Assistant Sheriff Chris Jones sent a statement saying, due to the number and severity of injuries, we realized early on that many victims faced years of recovery and that delayed deaths were likely to occur. While the initial toll remains at 58, we understand that additional victims have since passed. We honor their memories and know that many, along with our community, continue to heal.
When it comes to mass casualty events, there really isn't a rule per se in terms of the time frame that cities have to consider the tally of fatalities that are linked to that event.
For perspective, we reached out to UNLV criminal justice professor Bill Souza.
In the end, it doesn't take away from the tragedy, and so having some discretion here isn't necessarily a bad thing.
After 13 Investigates and other media continued asking questions, Sheriff Joe Lombardo appears to be using that discretion. At this morning's Sunrise Remembrance, Metro changed the official count.
There has been some controversy recently on two additional individuals that lost their lives as a result of 1 October and our failure to recognize those individuals. Now, there's a little bit of a policy and procedure associated with that, and I think it's important that we recognize those individuals today and to bring the number of 58 to 60, and that will be the number moving forward as of today.
The family of Samantha Arjun, who they call Sam, tells us they're very happy and thankful for that message, as they always believed both Sam and Kim Gervais should be included. They say it helps with the healing process and helps our community embrace two more families.
She went with two other friends. One walked out. She was in the hospital, rendered quadriplegic, and the other one she saw die in front of her.
Dina Sarvella spoke with KPTV in Portland. Her sister Kim Gervais passed away in November. Kim's daughter describes her as a kind, amazing mother and friend on a GoFundMe page and says she's had a rough life, and my father, Kim's husband, passed away in 2003. A California coroner ruled in August that Kim's death was caused by gunshot injuries she suffered in 2017 at the Route 91 Harvest Music Festival.
She was ready to just go abroad and enjoy life like she should have, and it was snatched from her.
Sam Arjun passed away on May 26th. She was 49 years old. The Clark County coroner classifies her death as a homicide due to complications from the gunshot wound in her leg. By phone, Sam's father said his child was taken from him, and for the past 3 years they had to watch their daughter suffer, lying in bed on her back, saying, "Daddy, I'm in pain." The family didn't understand why Sam and Kim were not immediately counted along with the other 58. Her father had called it grossly unjust.
There's really no right way to do this, and people can argue in a few different ways for whether it should be a particular death should be attributed directly to the event, even if it happens sometimes later.
13 Investigates learned there is no guideline on this, and it varies in different cities and jurisdictions. But the bottom line is now, with all accounted for in the official toll, 60 families share the chance to heal together. The Vegas Resiliency Center tells us anyone who the coroner declares to have died from injuries sustained in the shooting is entitled to a bereaved family's benefits. They also tell us the committee in charge of the Healing Garden wants to hear from the families and the community as to how Kim and Samantha can be included in the permanent memorial. We have their full statement on our website at ktnv.com. Darcy Spears, 13 Investigates.